All right. So we continue forward. Wandering around the city. Oh yeah, we have to go talk to everyone, it looks like. Oh, he's just chilling out here? How's everyone doing? Hi there.
Fancy a chat?
Well, if it isn't your majesty.
Say there.
Hey.
Skulking about the city again, which is to say Hulkenberg is on the hunt. The classic game of cat and mouse, though who is which, I dare not say. Should I be more pretentious? I could say the same of you. You haven't changed much either, Stroll. That is Lord or General Stroll, your majesty? I will never get used to titles. I really should take a page from Juna's book. She has a gift for delegating, like she was born to do so. Yeah, Juna doesn't want to do all the work. Right? I'm just looking like a chill schoolboy. Not that I can talk, I actually came out for a breather myself. I see now that even those at the top have their struggles a little too clearly. A general's duties feel overwhelming at times, but there are lives hanging in the balance. I recognize the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting them. Remember our first meeting back at the recruitment center? I, a fallen noble with nothing to my name, and you, a struggling elder traveler. Back then, my only goal was getting ahead. My people were little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I'd never have realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intentions, and I certainly couldn't have saved the Hallions.
Thank you.
I owe seeing the joy in their faces to you. I think I've said it before, but again, thank you. Give yourself some credit.
No.
I would still owe any credit I could take to you for showing me the way. They live stable, peaceful lives thanks to you. You've a whole country on your shoulders now, and the road ahead will be full of challenges. Thanks, Stroll. But show me the way and I will blaze the trail, now and always. It is my role as a warrior to be the vanguard. Our titles may have changed, but I'd like to think our friendship is as steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me now and always.
Stay there.
All right, let's
good.
How utterly surprised. Wow, why is she looking at me like that for?
Come now.
When you finish your business, please promise me you'll return to resume your duties. If you take this as my pressuring you not to venture out, that's not it at all. Only that as the captain of the Royal Guard, I must know your whereabouts at all times. Well, relax, Hulkenberg. Lighten up, maybe. You mean to say I'm too fussy? Well, tis only proper for the captain of the Royal Guard. To be over-familiar would set a poor example. Imagine the scandalized faces of the rank-and-file guard.
Of course.
That said, not a day goes by that I don't reflect on our travels now only a year past. Wait, really, Topaz? That's what Stroll is? A nickname for a farmer with little and bad... Hey? Like, hey? I owe regaining my pride as a knight to that journey. I was but a wanderer searching in vain for the prince, and it was through you I learned he yet lived. And in the end, it was your ascent to the throne I supported.
And so,
I never tire of the faces the younger guard make when I tell them of the time you acted as witness to my duel. It brings back the memories. Not only of my duel with Redant, but of the journey we undertook. You were the reason I could endure the fight to the end. I'm pleased to say the knights of today are nothing like they were under his command. Soldiers take up their sword not for those in power, but for the people. And as a champion of the people yourself, we will do all in our power to protect you, our king. And you do not make it easy by sneaking out of the palace as you do. Though I suspect the soldiers are getting used to your chaotic tendencies. They know they protect not just a king, but a ruler who stands beside his people and hears their voices in clarion truth.
I vow.
I will protect you with my life, as I have always endeavored to do, your majesty. Only let me stay by your side to do so. Okay, Hulkenberg. All right, let's go find our little rat bat. Oh, Hey, it's what's his face? Shoot, I'm gonna talk to him first.
Pleasure to see you.
Why, hello, Your Majesty. It's only been a year since your coronation, but I see you become quite apt at sneaking away from the palladial duties? Palatial? Something like that. Under constant fire from knaves of all trade, con artists, and critics alike, your opening acts has been rather tumultuous, no? Oh, I hadn't noticed. How kingly an answer, never missing an opportunity to display how capable you are. Commendable. Besides, most of the agitators are the kind of scum that stirs the pot in hopes that they may benefit from the country's turmoil. Nothing I couldn't handle, of course. All in a day's work for the royal adjutant of the Citizens' Council. Quite an ally I've made, I should hope. I wonder if my mother would be the slightest bit proud to see who I have become, that I am doing my damnedest to use my talents for good, as I always should have. I'm proud to see it.
Yes.
That's right. Supporting you is the best thing I could do. You're the one who's been able to create such lasting change.
Now that you mention it.
And do you remember Dadaram, my hometown landowner? He told me to send you his regards. He has since confessed his crimes and is awaiting trial. You were the one who awakened his conscience. It makes sense, doesn't it? You have proven your ideals to be true. That is why the country is doing well. There's nothing more to it. And I'm hardly qualified to speak of pride, but if this country has one, it's you. Oh, Alonso. And I am proud to be among its people. Alonso wasn't a party member. He was just like a companion. Perhaps under your rule, the day will come that even we Nydia can walk about freely in our true forms. Ah, you're curious what I look like in my true form? I would be happy to oblige, but let's save that for another time, shall we? He's gonna be little. He's gonna be itsy bitsy.
Oh.
Well, well, I see our king is out on some personal business. I believe Hulkenberg was searching for you, but I suppose it's none of my business who come or goes. I'm on a break myself. Only try not to frustrate your royal guards over much. They all take their duties quite seriously, much like their captain. Who am I kidding, though? A knight who smiles is surely a myth. That's become clear to me since becoming titled. What could be more bizarre? A Yugif outcast, once a wanted criminal with a bounty on his head, made knight commander? There was, of course, some opposition at first, but the more heart-to-heart talks I've had, the more accepting they've become, albeit gradually. Times are changing.
Right. True.
Grand title and posts across the nation are held by all manner of tribes now, each contributing with their respective strengths. I've realized over the past year just how much a nation is defined by its people. No matter how great a king, he alone does not a country make. This is true.
However,
Yet he stands for those very people as a symbol and a representative. That the king and those around are of mixed tribes, it has already caused a great shift in sentiment, even for those in the rural village. How is your home?
Now that you mention.
yes.
He seems as busy as he can handle now that they have resumed trade with other villages. Your coronation inspired the village to greater heights. It proved that barriers can be broken and that even they could take the first step. New winds are blowing in every corner of this country, and I will have to make another trip back home with my son to see the change for myself soon enough. And someday, I hope distant generations will grow up only knowing conflict born of tribal differences from history
shall.
books. We have a way to go until that day comes, but until it does, let us forge the path toward it.
Yo.
Oh, sup, Basilio? Yeah, unspecting again. Seems a right pain to me, but I appreciate you I appreciate you going to all the effort. All's well, I take it? Making your rounds?
Hey,
Yes, Captain of the Tradian Brigade reporting in, and I'm pleased to report that there's nothing to report, Your Majesty, so I am taking a break. Bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Still not used to calling myself a captain. Besides, we've even taken in survivors from Luis's troops. You know, but don't you worry, I've got two eyes on them when I ain't looking. Do the accent? Way I see it, they weren't the ones trying to make the world worse. I just gotta show them how power is supposed to be used, yeah? We owe it to you that there's less discrimination in the city these days, and fewer are turning to a life of crime. If Del could see Grand Trad today, his eyes would bug out, and not just Del, a lot of the guys who didn't make it. I wish they could have seen.
yeah.
Same, but long as we keep them in our memory, it's as close to saving them as we can get. Binka included. We built this piece with a lot of blood and tears, so I say those of us who made it this far owe it to all of them that didn't to protect it. Maybe I've got nothing to report today, but it's not like bad people just stopped being bad because you're king now.
Thank you.
You've been through a lot though, so thanks for not giving up on us. Or the world for that matter. You spot any trouble that I didn't spot first, you just point me at it and I'll solve it quick like. He became one of my favorites so quickly. I love Basilio. He's amazing. We got him so late in the story, but he's great. What's up, Nuras? I've the fancy old title of Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Infrastructure Development Bureau and can research as I please, but something is missing. So I threw off the stuffy old uniform and came to gaze upon the runner in the way I do. I know how you feel.
About that. Oh.
I knew you would agree. I think my bones are aching to feel the wind. I rather miss the days of dashing hither and thither in the runner.
Perhaps.
Was he annoying at first? No, I liked him at first, yeah. It took me a while to get used to his accent, though. Not that I'm ungrateful for the gracious title you've given to a man who used to skulk about modifying runners. You haven't seen anything yet, though. Why, one day I will invent a teleportation device that will deliver fresh fish straight from Oceania to your plates. It would change the world, wouldn't you say? I'm just a bit stuck at the beginning on the development.
Indeed.
And it's time like this I need stimulation of the mind. You have anything that might do the trick? Do I smell another relic hunt? Don't pretend you didn't enjoy it. Every time you pop back in with one, I remember how I could hardly contain my excitement. I do miss traveling like that. Even if the relics themselves were better off left untouched, they've become the principles of my research, you know?
That's...
Convenience is important, but one must consider safety and the effects it may have on the world.
However...
It is still no small feat to design with a perfect balance of safe and revolutionary, though. Even I struggle with it. And I'm a genius. I knew it. What I need is stimulation. Your Majesty, you know, like the soul-shaking speed and quiver of a drive engine. You'll let me know if you ever want to go out for a spin, won't you? Our dear old girl's sparkling clean and I'm always ready for takeoff. Wait,
All right then.
can we actually just leave? Wait, hold on. Can I just travel wherever I want right now? Oh, so I guess this is where you could go in to finish, no, I guess not. I guess not. Can I still check the pantry for food? No, I guess I can't. What if I use the toilet?
Right.
Ah, you know what? I think I'm actually gonna miss this game once I finish it. Okay.
All right.
Who else we gotta go talk to? Juna, Yufa, Katharina, Brigitte. Katharina. Let's go do her.
mate.
No food, right? Before we went to go beat the game, it took like an hour to talk to everyone. Thank goodness this is going faster.
Hi there.
Oh, well, if it isn't the big man himself, good timing. I just got back into town. Long time no see.
Oh, right.
Ain't it been? I've been out traveling since I took the reins on the Seekers recon team. Hard to believe it's been half a year. And crazy doesn't begin to describe what's beyond the sea, the sights, the magic. Everything is so fantastic. I'm already itching to get back out there. Well, I'm not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ship gets too close. There's lots of tension out there, but what country isn't a little tense? Everything from the customs to the way they think is so different, my head spins. Makes all the tribal bickering seem right dull if I can speak my mind. But this country's changing for the better. I'm glad I turned over the throne to you. Appreciate it.
Hold on.
Oh, come on. I'm just roasting you. After we knocked heads, I knew I could trust you with making the lives of us Parapists better than they was. All my cohorts have found jobs, and some of them have even picked up new skills.
See you soon.
But don't you worry your kingly head. I'll have it all whipped up in a report for ya. Do something proper kingish with it, yeah? Oh, yeah. Just put it with the rest of the papers on my desk. I'll get to it eventually. It'll be fine. What's up, Rifts? Good evening. How you doing?
Lovely that.
How are you doing, Barden?
That's something.
What an unexpected coincidence, Your Majesty. No guards with you today? Don't worry, I'm no tattletale. I myself just left a meeting going over how the provincial governments are doing. We convened for the new year. You must be busy.
Really?
Well,
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, but the job is its own reward, knowing what good it does for the town. And I am pleased to report, as head of the provincial lords, it's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns has employment up and welfare too. Every town has specialities and wisdom to offer, and when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel so blessed to be a part of it. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my failings so others don't repeat my mistakes. That brings me back.
got to say,
I know, I was trying to do too much on my own back then, and I got a bit overzealous. Of course, some lords are like I was once and would rather manage things at their own discretion than leave things to the people. And yes, taking every matter to public opinion can be laborious.
then again,
But still, changing our own lives with our own hands makes the process worth the trouble.
brilliant.
And choosing a king of our own will was all inspiration we needed for change.
Lovely that.
Cool. Just here to watch you finish this game tonight. I've been finishing this game for 3 hours, Rift. Yeah. It's hilarious.
I do believe. Greetings.
Were you going about town and listening to what the people have to say? Myself, I just come from the Quran court, where I've been consulting with the people about their grievances and disputes as chief magistrate. Oh, look at you. Shouldn't you delegate that?
Well,
That's a question I throw right back at you, Your Majesty. As you are undoubtedly aware, in the past many citizens were sentenced to hang without so much as a trial.
Alas,
I am pleased to report that things are different, and anyone, regardless of race or status, can tell their side of the story in court. Oh, she's a big old judge. It just goes to show anything is possible, even for a priestess to become a chief magistrate. My brother is making great strides as village chief. He rather hated the role before, but he has truly found his calling, I
the
think.
reason is.
And as I said, no one knows what the future holds. It's all the more reason I tried to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crime. And so I practice what I preach.
Now that you mention it.
I went to visit Ovi's church to inquire with those who are sick about how the kingdom can be more accessible. How is Ovi?
Very well.
Yes, we practiced dancing together, and then we showed her mother, and all of them are ready to ease into working again. Hearing them made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Until now, only hope those people had was
I
God.
do believe.
And I want to fight for them to have options under laws and systems that they can rely on, in addition to higher power. A country where all the tribes with all their values can join hands in harmony.
Because.
Get blessed with a 24-hour stream, right? You aim to achieve that too, Your Majesty. I hope you will allow me to keep walking alongside you in this. Okay, Brigitta's next, and then we still have Juna. Gotta finish the game, right? The king himself out browsing the shops. Perhaps I need to draft up a royal certificate of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family. Any recommendations? One igniter in particular, in fact, though I'm afraid we're all sold out at the moment. I made it at the children's request, the one that lights up with rainbow colors. It's selling startlingly well. The store was packed with families and children. How you doing tonight, Artie? Good evening. But when I finish it, the game ends and then it will be bittersweet.
Say.
I now hold a position where I control the distribution of all manners of goods throughout the kingdom as the head of the Igniter Consortium. And I can't help but think that if I had been in this position sooner than the church's violence, the tragedy of that village could have been prevented. Let's focus on the present.
Brigitta.
Yes.
Indeed, I can dwell on the past all I wish, but it won't change it. The future, on the other hand, I look up I took up this post after I was nominated by my colleagues. In other words, I suppose that means people have expectations of me and that I too am a spoke in the wheel of change. Our new king has changed this country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think our weapons can ever disappear.
Yet.
It is all the more reason I hope that the people to wield them, that the reasons for people to wield them continue to decline. And to that end, I will continue doing all that I possibly can with all that I am. Just as you
Speaking
do.
of,
And yes, do you remember my dog? I found the ones who took her, and naturally, I considered ending their lives, but there she was, sitting beside them. Evidently, they could not bring themselves to harm such a sweet creature, so they decided to keep her instead. I had no choice but to spare their lives. I couldn't subject a gentle dog to the atrocities I would commit in her name. You should come play with her sometime. I'm sure she remembers you. Oh, good. She found her doggo.
Come again.
That's great.
this is pickle.
When are you gonna lower the booze prices in the country? Oh
Yeah.
gosh. My guy. Oh, Cabio, that was the helmsman on Louise's ship, right? Ooh, oh, that's funny. What about Juna now? He left right after Juna left.
You've got this under control, yeah?
I guess I have to go back to work too, huh? Oh, where's the royal pack? Oh, that's funny. All right, let's keep saving. Oh, Bolton.
Oh.
Well, your majesty is laid back as ever, I see. I myself have been crying like a baby, for I find my position as chairman of parliament quite an unfamiliar one. Still, I have considered these open to all meetings. Compiling all those opinions is hard work, but work well worth
This
doing.
fellow.
It won't be easy for those who work at the church's beck and call to change, but I think they've been starting to see what they turned a blind eye to. At least a bit, no? A person who speaks the real truth to the public without yielding to authority. That's what my father and I wished for. A true and proper town crier. This country has turned over a new leaf, but there are still many problems to work out. It seems the rural regions are still suffering from human
I'm
havoc.
counting on you.
All I'm saying is we are a long way from utopia, but still the first step isn't important as the last, and we're taking big ones. Oh, so there's still humans running around, are there? Okay. All right, Juna is last on the list before we go speak with Maria.
My king.
With her fancy hunt?
My king.
Oh, hey, it's our cat. Wait, did she take the cat? Oh, there you are. Heard you were in town, so I decided to see if we may cross paths. I have so much to tell you about my inspection, so I'm afraid you'll need to clear your diary. You bring any
In that
souvenirs?
case,
Gosh.
Let's just focus on the report. Don't worry, I will give you the gist. But firstly,
Well.
the Mage at Academy's reconstruction is going swimmingly. Repairs are in full swing, and we're processing admissions. I must say, I'm surprised you appointed me, of all people, to be the Academy's headmistress. Was rather looking forward to going back on tour as a songstress. Oh, shall I introduce you to my furry little friend? I scooped him up in the Academy of all places. During the reconstruction, they stumbled on the little guy in some kind of observatory, supposedly used by a king long ago. Considering the igniter around his neck, I'm sure he was being taken care of. I mean, there's no way a cat could survive alone in the cold,
So-
could he? Regardless, our mysterious kitty is only the tip of the iceberg. When it comes to the Academy, all the knowledge was lost when it fell, so we are starting from scratch. It may even be hiding secrets as big as the Dragon Temple or the Sanctum. Oh, and I'm keeping the cat. It feels like fate, you know.
Speaking of which,
Good night, Smooth. Thanks for chilling and hanging. Wow, you're going to bed so early. I met up with Mertis. Oh, is she well?
now we're talking.
yeah.
More than well. Her throat has been fine, and she's fairly prominent singer about town now. We both just keep soaring to new heights. Her and music and me coming face to face with magic again.
Hey!
When the heart expresses itself through music, it moves the heart of others, and when they make hearts swell, why, there's no end to the magic. So just you watch, with music and magic at my side, I'm going to change the world. All will have equal opportunity to hone their talents at the Mage Academy. Our doors are open to all. That's what my sister would have wanted, and if it makes the world a better place, why, isn't that just
Magic.
grand? Rilla taught me that magic is more than a tool. It's in all of us, deep in our hearts. All right, have a great day tomorrow.
Wait a sec.
Hopefully work goes well. Who knows? If memory serves, the last king did build himself a study in the Mage Academy. I guess the cat doesn't care about us.
Dear me!
Dear me. All right, we have to go find
right.
Maria. Where is she at? Oh,
Let's
she's
head there
in.
right
Oh,
away.
I know where she is.
My oh my.
Oh, this guy.
Oh-ho.
That's candid of
Yeah.
you.
Lovely. My oh my.
Say there.
Grand dinner.
So,
Wonderful.
All right,
That
let's go
reminds me.
talk to her. You remember how we came here looking for Maria before the tournament? She was crying back then.
But
Things are different now. You can say that again. This country has turned around since then. No doubt about it. I'm sure there will always be differences of opinion, but your ideals are really coming to fruition. I can feel it. That reminds me, what's up with the book you're carrying around now? Is that the one you've been working on yourself? I'm excited to see what kind of fantasy you can conjure up, but maybe that's not even the word for it. After all, if you're the one putting it to ink, that means you're gonna make it a reality. Now then, shall we get going? Maria! She's still wearing the same outfit. Why are we all still wearing the same outfits?
Oh, hello there. Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you Your Majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa, even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
am I keeping my promise properly from back then?
Yes, you beat the villain, and now the city's full of smiles. And I'm sure Papa's smiling down on you too.
that's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
It's a joy to see her smile.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better place if we can join hands with one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed. Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too. If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to Your Majesty's and Papa's dream.
That's right, kid. A place where I ought to be, a side of myself I ought to show.
And
The path is never clear.
I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
Is she gonna be an artist?
Yes. I expect great things, my trusty advisor.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her smile.
Aw, Stroll.
Everyone.
Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there. Surely not.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Yes, we did.
Fuss old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
How many new chapters are there so far? Welcome back, Tractor. I think I'm at the end.
Lazy Tuna,
Did she really come all this way in a runner? Could have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
Okay, Basilio.
Unmitigated nerve.
Okay,
Oh, it's fine.
Hulkenberg.
I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls. There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
The capital can be a bit of a bubble. There will always be more to do and learn beyond its walls. Is it telling me to go out and explore the world again?
A year ago, I would have just said we could fly over ourselves. I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't going to fall
That's
apart if we
right.
just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
That's right.
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
It's time to go traveling.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon.
It's
Lest
fine.
the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
It's fine.
There he is! Over there! See? I told you, that's His Majesty, innit?
Might have been a bit too obvious.
You don't say.
Your Majesty!
You dare hoy the king? You swine!
Hulkenberg.
Steady on,
Hoy.
Hulkenberg, calm.
Hoy.
You didn't draw steel on the poor fellow. We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip.
Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
There's more work to do every day. But we're in this together.
Oi, Your
we
Majesty.
believe in you.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
We really did just leg it up and down the country slaying dragons, eh?
Yep.
Can't believe we actually survived it.
Bruh.
They were dangerous times, but exciting ones too.
When we fought to appease the dragon god, I had no idea we would have to face another 4 dragons.
Nor I. Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon slayer.
I'm assuming at this
Life
point,
is full of surprises.
if you hadn't killed all 4 dragons, this would have been your opportunity to go do it with these guys coming up to us. I bet you.
Right.
I resolved to believe in my ideals no matter what may come, even back then. Even if the world is slow to change, a king's belief can never waver.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Yeah. So let's go on vacation.
Looks like we're drawing a crowd. Time to get back to work.
Indeed. A veritable mountain of tasks awaits us, and I will see it crested.
Okay, Hulkenberg. Go easy on me, girl. Please.
And not long after, the new year dawned.
Oh yeah, it was the New Year's, that's right. I'm ready to go on an adventure. I'm getting out of here. They do, Tractor. It's the dragons. Yeah. They're really hard. Yeah.
A journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
There's more I have to see.
There's more I have to see. With my own eyes.
You want to know what's going on in the world, huh? Well, I guess you are the king.
That's right. I can do what I want.
Sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another.
Oh, it's fine.
You're a king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
Nope.
I want to do what I can for the people. If that's not kingly, then the crown's just slowing me down.
Ooh!
Come on, this is no time for jokes.
Never the fearless gadabout, eh?
Yeah,
Well,
the crown is slowing me down. I'll just take it off and give it to someone else.
Make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey, where it is, and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people.
I guess the game's not done?
To get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Right.
Even the most faraway future begins with the beliefs that it can be realized, so I will press onward. That is the best I can do.
That was your plan? You could have just said so.
No, it's way more
Sounds like
fun.
a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun, besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the bally court engineer, I've no choice but to come along.
That's
I'm
right.
the only driver fit to maneuver the Royal Skyrunner after all.
That's
And
right.
Why, you're the Dragon Slayer King.
That's right.
Bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog. Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello? Are you not listening to me?
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Nurse, don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
Oh, so you have no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Hulkenberg and I talked it over. We decided that if you insist on going, we'd rather go with you than stop you.
Are you sure?
Are you sure about this?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Luis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
I like how we all
They were
have the
supporting
gold
us
shiny
because
weapons.
we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf.
That's right.
In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, the people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
That's right.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
I mean, I can teleport halfway across the planet. It's no big deal.
Still, this early into the new year? 'Tis never a dull moment in your majesty's employ.
Yeah, sorry. I would like a new
Bit
outfit,
of a
though.
smaller
Seriously.
party than we last set out with, huh? But it's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
Okay, but can we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
Gallica,
'Tis
please.
natural course for the royal guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps
Right,
is not so
Topaz?
feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
We'll make it work. Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? We'll just have to lead by example.
That's right, Stroll. Then let's go.
Right then. Let's go.
Off on a new adventure, traveling the world.
You
Hello,
once
Ghost.
heard my voice and answered a query in kind.
Who are you, voice?
Is fantasy a powerless creation?
Oh, is this the voice we heard like at the very start? Oh.
A timeless question. So long as life remains in the
No,
world,
director.
we seekers all shall search for our answer.
Oh, he's the original Seeker King. Oh.
But he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him.
Hello, Hedro. Happy Halloween.
That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours.
Wait.
A land that has not yet lost hope.
Oh, okay. I see what they did. So the Seeker King archetype pulls in us from the fourth wall. You know, us video game players to help guide their protagonist. That's cute. That's cute.
And it was you who answered the call.
It was.
Armed with your hope.
I paid
armed with the
$90.
power of fantasy.
to aid him.
You rose in glory.
I did.
Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills.
True.
You have my sincerest thanks.
No, you have my sincerest thanks, because it was a great game. Thank you, Atlas.
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Turning it back up again.
Usually poetic for you.
Time's Maze here? Everyone's here, aren't they? You were supposed to be in the capital.
They're awful, aren't they? They would have left us behind.
Well, I'm not certain we're in a position to talk, having followed straight after, saying we could just teleport back.
Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change your scenery, like.
Oh, she finally gets to travel with us.
Amazing!
Poetic indeed. That the scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
Oh yeah, it's no longer a desert.
I'll say, I definitely like this view better.
Why aren't we teleporting? Wait, why aren't we flying? I guess it's because we wanted to see the grass. We do it. Oh, we hit the credits. That means we beat the game, right? Atlas, it means we beat the game. GG, we did it. A 45 minutes of post defeat stuff, which is essentially what, like the epilogue? Yeah, 40 minutes of epilogue. Sort of. There's a whole nother mode. I mean, there is the harder mode, but I'm not gonna play it on stream. No. 2-hour credits and you're done. I really enjoy that. Dare I say I preferred it more than Persona 5? Ooh, I don't know about that. I mean, I actually think I did. Do dee do 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 do. I like how the song is really uplifting and like victorious because we won. Yeah, they switched the song. Well, this one is a little bit more like where we finished our journey, we beat Louise. Everything is right in the world. We're king. I got a pointy crown. You were watching the kids in your neighborhood? Dane was saying it was really busy where Dane lives. You finally left the first city. You play like 2 to 3 hours. So this playthrough took 84 hours? Almost. And the only time I spent grinding was like right at the end, because the spot at the very end is the best place to grind to level up your archetypes. I'll just say that now, so you don't waste time. Just for completion's sake. So yeah, that was 84 hours of doing like side quest, main quest, dungeons, all that kind of stuff. There are tricks to make the dungeons reset. Yeah, but some of them don't give a lot of mag and archetype XP. Like some will give you more archetype XP than mag, and some will give you more mag than archetype XP. But the very last place gives you a lot of both. So. Wait, can I not skip? Oh god. They're like, you just sat through 90 hours almost. You can sit through 2 hours of credits, right? Bill? Please? No? No? Oh, you mean to not waste days? Yes, yes there are. Yeah. You just go to the beginning of the dungeon and then just walk back in without actually leaving it. There's that way. You'll dedicate the rest of the year to this game? Yeah, like, Dragon Age is the last big RPG for the year, I think, right? Though most people are saying Dragon Age won't take that long to beat on the first playthrough, so I think this game will, well, then again, how I play it'll probably still take 80 hours. Did you like Hogwarts combat tractor? Because I feel like if you liked Hogwarts, you'll be fine with Dragon Age. If you didn't like Hogwarts, I don't think you'll like Dragon Age. Not really? Then you probably will not like Dragon Age combat. Yeah. Unfortunately. Oh, it's a different one. You didn't play God of War either? Yeah. Persona 6 is supposed to be coming out next year, I believe. I think they already confirmed that. No, this one's more like a Shua. Actually, there's a lot of differences in this one. Wait, it ended too soon. Bring it back. Yeah, I think I actually... I think I prefer this over the high school setting of Persona. I think I do. Now, if they could give me the romance dating sim in this, that would be fine. Actually, you know what? I actually really enjoyed not having to worry about romance. I did. It was kind of nice. Persona won't leave high school, right? I think the last one that left high school was 3, right? Because it didn't take place completely in high school, if I remember right. Oh, what's up, pizza ninja dragon wizard? Yes, it does mean you're late. Yes, I did finally beat the game. You personally like the romance? I do too. But I kind of felt like instead of romance, they did like redemption stories for each character. But it's been a year now. It has been a year. Wait, has it been a year? I mean, aren't they supposed to be having an update or something soon? Aren't they bringing something to the game? I could have swore I saw some news for it. You didn't beat the game? Yeah, I know there's like different endings and stuff, additional stuff to do. But once I hit the credits the first time, it's really hard for me to play it again. The only game that actually made me do that, like immediately, was Nier. Yeah, Nier was actually the only one that made me go back to immediately do another playthrough. To continue the story. I mean, Nier isn't like getting another ending. It's like, yeah, it's just more of the game. Yeah. Here's a song. I still can't fast forward. Also, I did Da Vinci's. It's great. I really... Have you beat the game yet, Da Vinci's? It was a false ending. Look, if they put credits up, it's an ending to me. But I know. I looked into how to get the rest of the endings after. I know. I'm honestly probably never gonna do it. You're still delaying yourself for some reason. It's the fear of once you have it completed, it's gonna leave a void in your heart and no other story is gonna be as good. And I'm gonna have a really hard time going from the writing and characters in this story to Dragon Age because I watched Co play Dragon Age this morning. Chat. I'm tempted to just skip all the dialogue in Dragon Age. like it was a mistake, Heatra. It really was. It was actually a mistake to play this game, I think, before Dragon Age, for me, myself, personally, story-wise. I don't think I'm gonna have a hard time with the combat in the game because I actually liked Hogwarts combat, but the writing is gonna be really hard for me. So I'm gonna kind of go into it more with a tongue-in-cheek kind of expectation to it, like that it's just gonna be like a B movie for me, right? Like when I watch a B action movie, I'm expecting cringy and bad dialogue and corny lines and things that don't make sense and maybe really cool explosions. That's how I'm going into it, which is a shame because that's not how I would have went into it previously, right? The Great
Dear
Seeker,
guest,
me.
From a world I shall never know.
Me.
In your eyes, I know our journey was ultimately a fiction. However, I hope your memories of this fantastical adventure burn as bright in your reality. I hope the promise of our world echoes in you.
It does.
With all my heart, I hope that fantasy gives you strength.
We actually unlock regicide mode, which is technically zombie mode, because I'm going to feel like a zombie trying to beat the game at that difficulty. So technically, yes, pizza. Oh. Oh, that's Luis's ship. We just left that there?
Look at that. The rubble's just made for tourists now.
Right? We should have
never expected a view like this.
Let's see it all. Let's see the world.
A new journey now beckons.
Where are we going?
In days of eld,
Hold on, let me turn this back up.
who prospered and perished in turn. Struck by their ways, I wrote a book of my dearest ideas. A tale of
Yo,
fantasy.
Hulkenberg and Stroll would be a cute couple.
In my vision, they placed their trust, and so the kingdom breathed new life.
Oh, these two? What are these two doing?
The strength to believe in the unknown. That can change everything.
Behind Da Vinci's.
Without a doubt, you will face all sorts of trials ahead.
Mom?
But carry onward with all your heart. Onward, fearless, into a world unknown.
Fantasy lives on. Next. By saving your clear data, certain things can transfer over to a new game. Your transfer, currently owned items, money, mag, virtues, scanned enemies, memorandum, archetype status, and total playtime. Yes. I'll put it up here. Number 1. So what was our total runtime? 83 hours and 52 minutes. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Man, that was a great game.